his moto yesterday over Fry and Schwartz. And we are off and running, and a huge hole shot for the KTM rider. And it looks like Dylan Schwartz tucked into the number 2 spot. Matthew LeBlanc with a great start. That was Max Miller, Mad Max Miller, with a blast out of that starting gate. Holy cow, he had some of that hot dog gravy, and it was on. Max Miller, number 64.
Mama makes the best.
She does. Here comes the 3 of Dylan Schwartz, right there in tow. Looks like the number 80 of Preston Kilroy in the mix. You have Jarrett Fry in 4th. So a lot of the heavy. This is a deep one, Jason Wygant. Looking for Styles
Schoolboy
Robertson.
2, basically B-level riders that slugged it out in a B class yesterday. Now a lot of them back for Schoolboy 2. Dylan Schwartz is not messing around.
Trying to run it in right there on the number 64. Max Miller, not yet. Max Miller, no stranger to championships. He can get it done. Kilroy, a couple of Suzuki teammates. There's Fry right there lurking in the background. This is good for Fry. And they have a little history yesterday. We watched Schwartz and Fry kind of throw the elbows up. Got a little interesting. See if that comes into play. I think they got championships they want to worry about.
Yeah, I don't think it was so aggressive that it's like guaranteed payback or anything. That was 2 lines coming together. And speaking of that, look at Kilroy. He makes his line come together. He got side by side with Schwartz, and I believe he was able to take the 2nd place spot away, and he's not done. He wants Max Miller for the lead.
They're right in front of us here, and it's still Kilroy almost side by side. Can he make a move on the inside of Miller? Miller, you got to shut that door, son.
Kilroy on the inside on the number 80. Let's see if he can make it stick.
He's got control of the inside. Miller trying to counter. He'll have the inside when they jump over the tunnel of love. And it is Preston Kilroy moves past his teammate and past Max Miller.
This Bar X Suzuki team, they have really stepped up the program this year. We've seen a lot more yellow toward the front in 2019 than we've seen the last couple of years. They're going for a 1-2 right now. It is Schwartz able to get in front of Miller. So it is the Suzuki RM Army to the front. 1-2, and maybe they'll settle it between the 2 of them. Is there anyone lurking in this field that can try to run them down?
Yeah, looking back at Styles Robertson and Matthew LeBlanc, they are sitting 7th and 9th. So you're going to see a push late in the moto. Keep an eye on that number 32 of Robertson and the 29 of LeBlanc. LeBlanc, they picked up everything from Louisiana, drug it all the way out to California. You talk about a culture change. They lived in a swamp, and now they live in the driest part of America. And that's Matthew LeBlanc.
They're still drying out. It's going to take about 10 years. It's fully
got the bikes drip drying, just hanging on the line.
That's all part of the Star Racing group. They've obviously, with the blue crew of Yamaha, and there is Schwartz. Tipped over in that rut, went down from 2nd, so we'll see how that changes the order, and it's going to give Kilroy here a bigger lead.
That's a very, very comfortable lead there as he pulls back the lazy boy handle. Gets nice. Look at that. They're barely in the shot there. There's Jarrett Fry.
So Fry inherits 2nd, yes. So we were wondering if Fry and Schwartz would get into a battle. It didn't happen because Schwartz just went down. So now we watch the 34 Yamaha, and we'll see if he can work his way forward and maybe challenge Kilroy for the win.
And there's Kilroy. Gets his choice of lines. Jarrett Fry really reaming it out around the outside. Max Miller solid in 3rd. There's Cullen Park lurking back and forth. And here's Styles Robertson. He's moved up to 5th. And Matthew LeBlanc is coming right with him. They are right behind each other. They're going to move right through this field.
43, Cullen Park. That's the Yamaha you're seeing on the screen coming through the finish line area right now. He's trying to get around Miller.
LeBlanc just went off the racetrack, lost a position.
And it's not good for the 3 of Schwartz. That crash, he was running in 2nd. That cost him dearly. Let's get an update as they come through. He is all the way back into 9th. So he lost 7 positions, Dylan Schwartz. And it leaves Kilroy with a 3.8-second lead ahead of Fry and Miller. But Miller, he's going to have to ramp it up because here comes Styles Robertson in the 32. And Park on the 43 are all over him.
And this is no fluke. Kilroy with a 1:52 lap time. That's 2 seconds faster than anybody on the racetrack and much faster than the guys back 3rd, 4th, 5th.
Into the 10 Commandments, Cullen Park on the Yamaha. There you see Miller just up ahead in 3rd. And you'll see, there's the green machine. Styles Robertson right there in the hunt as well. So 3rd, 4th, 5th. And this could be so big by the end of the week. These positions could even determine the title, depending how it all breaks down.
Robertson just wants to move forward. He wants to get inside that top 3 to put himself into championship contention. But when you have a field this deep, you're going to have some inconsistent scores. They're just going to have to slug it out and settle it. Here comes Robertson working on Cullen Park now. Park knows he is there. Robertson seems to always rise to the top here at this particular event. Some events he'll kind of struggle, Texas, Florida, whatever, but he gets it done at the ranch.
Well, he was great yesterday, dominated the B Moto, and there was some battling behind him. He was able to leave all that behind. Fry was behind him and had a crash, and Robertson was unchallenged from there. Now he's the one having to do work from the back, trying to get Cullen Park. This is the battle for fourth. Robertson going to go to the outside in the big beach sweeper. That line's not going to pay off, and they're drawing closer and closer to Max Miller.
Yeah, that could be simply to put pressure on Park. He knows he's going to have to be perfect. Cullen Park, see, he's in a really precarious spot. He wants to pass Max Miller, but he also has to keep Styles Robertson behind him. And all the while we thought Schwartz was out. Nope. Dylan Schwartz is right there just behind that battle with Styles Robertson.
So Schwartz.
He's going to come into view right into that left-hander as they just about leave now. There's Schwartz.
Well, that is impressive. He made up 2 spots already in 1 lap. He went from 9th to 7th. Let's see how much closer he can go. Schwartz now out of LeBlanc, we're going to watch for also.
They are battling together.
Here's Robertson trying to get Park. Park's trying to get Miller side by side for third. Can Park hold it on the Yamaha on the outside as we go into the 10 Commandments? Miller rockets out of the corner. He's got third again. 3 riders together through the 10 Commandments now.
Styles on the inside, trying to sneak around Cullen Park. He may get a 2-for-1 here.
This is incredible racing as we're into Storyland. Miller on the KTM, Robertson on the Kawasaki. On the outside is Park on the Yamaha, and I think Styles Robertson was able to make the pass stick. He's into 4th.
Now immediately goes to work on Cullen Park. Trying not to waste much time, or excuse me, got around Park, pardon me. He's going after Miller.
Yep.
Miller on the 64 KTM, and all the while Preston Kilroy 3 seconds out front of Jarrett Fry, and that's the battle we're watching now for third. And Robertson might have put it together. Miller looks over to his left. Ooh, they almost come to blows there.
That was tricky coming out of that corner. Now a tabletop, and we got multiple lines in this sweeper coming up. How is Robertson going to play it? He's been using this outside line the whole time. Cullen Park going to try to come back in there from 5th.
He has to jam on the brakes. Styles Robertson all over Max Miller right in front of us here in the announcer's deck. Max Miller doing a bang-up job holding those guys off.
Hey, we need Joe DeSimone and Cameron Harrison to the MX Sports office. Joe DeSimone and Cameron Harrison to the MX Sports office. Big battle right now. Cullen Park trying to get around Robertson while Robertson is dealing with Miller. This is a slugfest for third. Dylan Schwartz is going faster than most of the riders in this group. He might be able to catch them. And Jarrett Fry continues to make up just 1/10 of a second here and there on your leader, Kilroy.
Yeah, you can see this coming. You've got Schwartz and LeBlanc coming. They're like, yeah, you guys battled out for a few minutes, and we're going to get up there and play. You're going to have 5 guys going for that number 3 spot. Top 2 riders kind of settled. Preston Kilroy 3 seconds out front of Jarrett Fry, and then 10 seconds back sits this beehive of 5 riders about to slug it out. Jason, you got an announcement. Go.
We also need Nicholas Romano to the MX Sports office, the registration trailer. Nick Romano to the registration trailer. Nick Romano to the registration trailer. Here is your battle right now.
Wow. Miller's just tough to get around.
Yeah.
He will not let Styles Robertson play at all. It's his ball. He's going to go home with it.
It's his party. He's going to drive if he wants to. Yeah, it is taken. We're in the 3rd lap of Robertson putting the full court press on him, but he has not turned that ball over. Somehow Miller maintaining the number 3 position. Jarrett Fry is second, 3.2 seconds behind Preston Kilroy.
The battle we are watching now is for the final podium spot in the 64, the Orange Brigade of Max Miller on the 7MX machine. And again, here we go. Styles Robertson is going to play with that outside line. See if he can't sweep around and grab that inside coming into the finish line. Looking for that mistake. Got to jam on the brakes. No room yet. Oh, he's going to set it in there, Jason. Might have worked.
Let's see, side by side
There
coming
it
through
is.
the finish line area, and I think Robertson, yep, you saw it coming, Kevin. He finally gets the job done. Styles Robertson to 3rd.
You don't usually see that. Like, he has showed him that line 3 times. So Max Miller, you would have thought, would have closed in and shut that door, but no dice. Miller tries
Wait
to
a minute.
counter.
I believe that's a battle for the lead on our hands. Bad lap for Kilroy, and now Jarrett Fry, the number 34 of the Yamaha, is right there. So Fry going to try to dig out the Moto win late in this one. Exactly into the second half. 10 minutes elapsed, 10 minutes to go. Two different battles to watch. The battle for the lead, the battle for third.
Yeah, something happened to Kilroy. He ran a 156. Fry was turning a 154. Puts him right on the bumper of the Bar X Suzuki. Kilroy got the red gear. Fry on the blue bike right there lurking behind him. Fry looking for that first Moto win. Couldn't get it yesterday. We all expected him to be up front.
Yep.
I did not see Kilroy winning this Moto. I didn't see that.
The way he shot out of the blocks, the sprint laps were incredible. He went from third to first in a hurry and stretched it. And then for about 4 laps, he and Fry were more or less matching each other on lap times. But now it has changed dramatically. Fry is on the move. Kilroy had a bad lap. He went up to the 156. Woo. Hit a 152 earlier in the Moto. So I'm not sure if he got held up or if he made a mistake. Fry's not going to ask questions. He's just going to try to pass him now that he's got him in sight.
Halfway through, and that's typically when you see the wheels start coming off. Not saying that's what is happening, but guys get tired. We've got lap traffic. We've got a battle now. We got decisions to make. And Fry's ready to pounce Jason Weigand on the outside. Kilroy knows he's there. He looks at him. Can't do anything about it.
No, he's sideways out of that rut, and just like that, Jarrett Fry has taken over the lead. So 2 laps ago, he had a 3-second deficit, and now he's made it up and made the pass.
See if Kilroy has anything in the tank. He's going to tuck right in behind him, right by the mechanics area. What a great shot. Both their feet flying off the pegs, bike sideways. And this is Jarrett Fry's first time out front of a class here at Loretta Lynn's this year. And he is ready. He wants to just get away from that nonsense. You got to just demoralize your competition and just go, disappear. That's what Jarrett Fry's mission is right now. He is doing just that, Jason Weigand. He's had a few good turns.
Absolutely. Just amazing how quickly this race has changed. And Jarrett Fry showing what he can do when he finally gets out front. In the previous B-Moto yesterday, he quickly moved up behind Robertson in second place. But before we really had a battle for the lead on our hands, he threw it away. That turn before the finish line. Then he was in a battle with Schwartz. So didn't have quite the Moto he wanted. This time, he's controlling his own destiny. He's managed to take the lead from Kilroy. Man, lap riders and these ruts, that is a tough combination.
Now, you got to make a choice way in before the turn because you're stuck in that rut.
But that's what it's all about, trying to learn the lessons. It's the same thing at the pro level. And Fry's got it figured out right now.
Dylan Schwartz has closed into 2 seconds on Cullen Park, who is just basically all over Max Miller. So that's the battle we want to watch. There's Fry picking his way through lap traffic. It is like the 4:05 for Jarrett Fry at rush hour. He's got somewhere to be. He's late for his daughter's recital. Wife's yelling at him on the phone. He knows he's got to get there.
Yep, he's tailgating.
Just all over everybody.
Yep.
In the
Staying
HOV
close.
lane, flying solos, willing to take the risk on that ticket.
If there's a yellow light, he's not
Blew right
slowing.
through
He's
it.
actually gassing it to make through before
Right.
it goes red.
Goes
Getting through all
past-
this traffic right now.
Not even using a blinker, just flying right by him. There's the billboards. He wants to be on that one day. Looks to his left.
Ooh, nice.
And Preston Kilroy, still only 1.6 seconds. He is right there, Jason. He has not fallen off. I thought it was a lapper. Yeah, that is Kilroy. Fry's like, did I clear him yet? Where did that come from?
Yeah, he had the one bad lap, then a better lap, then this one back into the 157s. So it's gone back and forth for Kilroy. I've got to imagine
How
that
did you make up
mistakes.
time with a 2 second slower lap time?
Yeah, somehow. I don't understand. He closed the gap by going slower. That's what the chart's
Garrett
telling us
Betty
right
talks
now.
about that. You got to slow down to go fast.
faster. I didn't
It
know
really
it meant on a
was.
stopwatch. I didn't realize.
Into the 10 Commandments, Jarrett Fry. Double he triples out Kilroy right there, hanging tough. Styles Robertson is third. Robertson way back. I believe that battle is all but done. 12 seconds back is Styles Robertson of Kilroy. So I don't think that race is going to materialize, but Dylan Schwartz has moved up to fourth. He's only 4 seconds back of Styles Robertson. So that's where those championships, you got to dig deep. That may be like what you're saying, the pass, the one move you make.
Oh, yeah, 5, 1, 2, something like that can do it. You go all the way back to sixth, it's going to be nearly impossible. Ideally, you're on the podium in each moto. Robertson has that locked down now. He's got a decent gap built up over Schwartz.
Kilroy is unbelievable. He is right there with Fry. He's looking for some issues. With
He's
maybe
really
a
there.
laps rider. He is absolutely there. He's not going away. There's Fry. There's Kilroy on the yellow Suzuki. Deep in the moto. We got 5 minutes to go. So Kilroy says it is go time.
Rarely do you see something like this. Has the lead, loses it in a hurry.
We never get this opportunity. This is great. We always talk about the pass is made, then the race is over. But this may be one of those once every 10-year Millsaps, Josh Lichtel battles that we
always remember that one.
way back
Caught,
when.
passed, and then came back.
Battled him back. And Kilroy's put together his lines with maybe Fry's lines, and it's working for him. He turns a 154. He's closed it down 300ths of a second. We have got a battle for the #1 spot.
So it's a rematch. Fry against Kilroy for the second time. In this one, Fry took the lead from him. Kilroy has put it all back together and is putting some serious pressure on for the lead. And they have a huge gap over Robertson, who is third. Schwartz, as mentioned, has recovered well. He was all the way back to 9th after an early crash. He has climbed back to 4th.
He was on the inside. He has closed it down to less than a second now. Kilroy really putting pressure as they go into the 10 Commandments.
Kilroy, tripling.
Bouncing.
Oh, yeah, bouncing, yes, clipping the end.
Just this track is chewed up. Putting together a clean lap is nearly impossible. It's just staying on 2 wheels, keeping the bike moving forward. Kilroy on the yellow Suzuki red gear, easy to pick him out again on the inside.
Wow.
The pressure is there for Jarrett Fry.
Well, that line was a whole lot better.
Wow.
And another one.
He is opening the door, just letting him come in.
Well, Schwartz is going to Kilroy is going to have that figured out the next time around. Could use that inside line. He might not need the next lap to do it. He's looking to take the lead back right now.
And you're right, there's a lap rider who's going to hold Fry up. Fry pushes Kilroy to the outside. Lap traffic all over the racetrack.
Fry did get all the way to the outside, so Kilroy couldn't use that slingshot move. We're going to be wheel to wheel as we come to the beach. 2 laps to go here.
Here we go. Schoolboy 2. The Moto win up for grabs. And Jarrett Fry digging deep, but Preston Kilroy, we thought this thing was over.
Well, we know that Kilroy has a couple lines in the back section of the track. Can he use them to his advantage? He goes to the inside again, right up on the rear wheel of Fry.
Preston Kilroy digging deep over the tunnel jump. Past the billboards, Jarrett Fry cannot shake Preston Kilroy. Take penicillin, you're not getting rid of this guy.
Robertson still 4th, Schwartz 3rd. Sorry, Schwartz is 4th. Cullen Park 5th, Max Miller 6th, LeBlanc 7th, Baker 8th, Marcellisi is 9th, and Niffing is 10th. Let's see, can the number 80 put it together one more time?
Is that going to be the move that he just dives in on the inside?
Lines.
Fry's just riding the outside line. It's a little quick. Oh, and a big mistake by Kilroy.
Missed the rut that he wanted on the entry to that corner. Let's see if that's what Fry needs to lock this thing down. White flag will be out the next circuit.
Fry knows he's there. He's looking over his shoulder now, trying to see, have I put together a good enough lap to leave Preston Kilroy? Man, props to Kilroy for digging deep.
Fry still running the outsides. Kilroy still running the insides, but the damage is done. Or is it? Look at this lap traffic.
He is having to get past 4 or 5 guys at a time. They don't go anywhere. Over at the Rocky Mountain ATV sweeper, and Kilroy has control of that inside line, and lurking back there is still Kilroy digging deep. The white flag coming out this time around.
Here it is. Through these tight twisties, you don't quite see the yellow fenders.
Oh, Fry almost went down. He powered out of that crash. That's the only reason he stayed up, because he gave it every bit that Yamaha had.
That front tire was locked,
it was
full
over.
right, skidding. Yeah, I thought he was going down for sure. Good save. That's the bad news, that he almost crashed. The good news is, look at the gap he suddenly has. I cannot wait to ask Kilroy about this moto on the podium. This is bizarre how this race has gone for him.
3 different races he's had. He was the fastest guy, then he wasn't, and now he is again. He was challenging. Unbelievable.
All right, white flag now out. I'm going to head to the podium. It looks like Jarrett Fry has this, but
anything can happen.
Yes.
We're going to wait till the checker flag flies. The number 34 of Jarrett Fry. What an incredible ride for him. This is what the Star Boys were thinking whenever they signed this kid after Loretta Lynn's last year. Jarrett Fry trying to make his mark, solidify a potential team spot when he goes pro. Unbelievable battle there between those two. He has got about a minute to go, and he will take a look at the ugliest announcer, not even Rodney, it's even uglier, Jason Wygant down on the podium. Ooh, that's rough. That's right. You're better looking than Jason Wygant, Rodney. Take that with. Feel good about that. I feel good about that. So Jarrett Fry has fended off Preston Kilroy in amazing fashion. Got a handful of turns to go before Jarrett Fry can finally take a deep breath, and his mother as well, who is a nervous wreck up here watching him race. She's one of our scorekeepers. His dad's a fireman back home in Maryland. Middle part of the racetrack, couple turns to go. Jarrett Fry on the 34 Yamaha finally can claim this moto victory. Preston Kilroy was in it all the way till that one mistake in the 10 Commandments, and that is going to do it, folks. Jarrett Fry will take the moto win, his first of the 38th annual Loretta Lynn's Championship. Preston Kilroy on the Bar X Suzuki. Keep your head up, son. That was a great race. Styles Robertson will salvage back in the number 3 spot. So that is your top 3. The heavy hitters there are Fry, Kilroy, and Robertson. Dylan Schwartz will climb back to 4th after being as far back as 9th. Cullen Park will round out your top 5. Max Miller, your Bell Helmets whole shot winner, will finish up 6th. Matthew LeBlanc 7th. Chandler Baker 8th. Luca Marsalisi 9th. And Caden Nipping will round out your My Lucas Oil top 10. That is it from Schoolboy 212-17. Jason Wygant. It's going to be some good interviews down here.
Let's bring on up Jarrett Fry. Great run. What a battle. Several of them battle for the lead between Kilroy and Fry, and then a fantastic race for 3rd, which ultimately went to Styles Robertson. So we'll get all the information here with our podium interviews. Max Miller will also be collecting the Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award. But first we'll talk to our moto winner. He had to fight and dig for that one, and then once he had the lead, it still was a challenge as Kilroy tried to come back. But ultimately, the gold medal goes to Jarrett Fry. You just wouldn't give up on it, man. You had a lot of ground to make up, but you did it.
Yeah, I got off to a good start, and then tried to catch up to Preston, and then put a charge on him, got around him, and then just tried to stay consistent and smooth.
He actually almost tried to come back there with a couple laps to go. Did that surprise you a little bit? Because you caught him from a decent ways back.
Yeah, and then I think he just followed some of my lines and then got better.
Gotcha. All right, who do you want to thank, Jarrett?
Monster Energy, Star Racing, Yamaha, Thor, Bell, 100%, Sycra, Dunlop, FMF, and anyone else I forgot, thanks.
Jarrett Fry, gold medalist here in Schoolboy 2. Let's bring Preston Kilroy up, 2nd place finisher on the number 80. And this is going to be a good story to tell. He had the lead for a while, lost it, tried to come back. Couldn't quite get it done, but still ends up with the silver. Here he is.
Yeah, this was the only one. Yeah, I swear I went out there to Alicia's camera and...
Let's hear it for the number 80, Preston Kilroy.
So I thought that was what I had to do. You guys both.
Dude, I cannot figure that moto out. You were super fast, and you get caught, then you went fast again. Take me through how that went for you.
Yeah, I just got off to a good start and tried to hop in the lead as soon as I could. And yeah, and then Jarrett started catching me and started making some mistakes, then he got around me. But then I regrouped and pushed back at him, and I almost had him, but lappers, and he was riding good, so hats off to him.
All right, still, you happy with that performance overall? I mean, you showed some real speed there in the opening laps.
Yeah, for sure. I was riding pretty good. Just need to clean up some things, and we'll be back.
Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, the whole Bark Suzuki team, Chaparral, WD-40, Pirelli, Fly, CD, 100%. Just everyone, thank you.
Preston Kilroy taking second place. And 3 different teams, 3 different bikes on the podium because we got a Kawasaki taking the 3rd place finish in this one. So let's bring Styles Robertson up, and he'll have a story to tell also because, man, what a battle for the 3rd place spot. So let's bring Styles on up to the podium. And he wins the battle for 3rd on the number 32. Let's hear it for Styles Robertson. Man, you had a battle there as well. There were 3 of you just going at it with Max Miller to try to take that spot away. What was that racing like?
Yeah, I think I came from, I don't even know. Like, I was middle pack for sure. I seen all those guys up front, and I was like, all right, work's cut out, let's go. And I made it through all the other riders and got into 3rd, and they were gone. But I tried to ride smooth, but just kept making mistakes. But I had 42nd gate pick, so this third pick gate will be a little better.
Yeah, salvage that. Who do you want to thank, Styles?
Monsters of Kawasaki Team Green, Travis, he's the man. My mechanic, Chris, my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa, my trainer, Ivan Tedesco, Darren Stockton, Robbie Raynard, Pro Circuit, Dunlop, Alpine Star, Scott, the Furs, the Garrickys, and everybody else. Thanks.
Styles Robertson, 3rd place in Schoolboy 2. So those are 3 genuine title contenders there. I want to bring Max Miller up to give out the Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award. And he was in that battle with Robertson for quite some time. Ends up getting edged out, but still gets $100 from Bell. Let's hear it for Max Miller. Dude, it seemed like you were in a battle like every single lap out there.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get a good start. I had a terrible start the last moto, but picked the 7th chip this morning for this moto, and got a good gate, and my bike hooked up, twisted development motor, just let her eat, and nobody could hang. So got a great start, and then I clammed up a little bit, got a little nervous, and started making mistakes, letting those guys go by. Tried to hang tough and battle with them for a little bit, but too many mistakes, but gonna learn from it and come back to the next moto. Those guys were going fast out there, so it was tough, but I think I can hang with them.
Cool. Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad, the whole KTM Orange Brigade team, all my friends and family watching back home, everybody who's cheering for me out there, CD Boots, Bell Helmets, Scott Goggles, FMF, Liette, Twisted Velvet Motors, Dunlop Tires, anybody else I might have forgot, thank you, I appreciate it. So, P&G Drinks, keep me hydrated up here, and yeah, thank you.
One more?
Factory Connection, the bike was killing it out there, handling just smooth through all the bumps.
All right, it looked good. Max Miller, your Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award winner. That's it for Schoolboy 2. Kevin?